who are you and why are you here? And see what comes out.
Okay, so my name is Gillian Palmer. I own two businesses. I own a company called Lending Made Simple. I hope you can take from the name what I do there. I only actually came into the finance world 10 years ago. So I'm not an ex-banker, I'm not an ex-financier, but I make it simple for businesses to find finance. Off the back of that, that's 10 years running. I built another business called the Finance Hub. In lockdown, moment of madness, people said to me, you made it simple to get a business loan. Why don't you do pensions or mortgages or inheritance tax or foreign currency? So I built a hub with experts in their field, because I'm a real believer that you do what you do best and you do it really well, and you give the rest out to other people that do it better than you.
Brilliant. So, World of Finance, what brings you to this event?
Blessing. I met with Blessing because I asked her to. I hold a lot of events educating people about not so much just about finance, but just things like acquiring a business. So if you built a business to a certain size, and you've now come off the tools and you want to grow quicker, which I did in my 20 years ago, you learn a lot of lessons. So I put on events, and I actually asked Blessing to facilitate that event because I was sick of listening to my own voice, and I was facilitating and speaking. So now I sit on the panel, and I and that was how I got to know Blessing. She came along and helped and support my events.
Brilliant. So you obviously see, with everything you're doing then, you see the power in events.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything you do is linked to an empowering and women and everything to go with that. Is that something that you...
Absolutely. So actually about a year ago, I was actually nominated to become a Freeman of the Worshipful Company of Entrepreneurs.
Right.
And I thought, what's that? I didn't even know what it was. Didn't realise actually it's quite a rigorous process and an honour to be made a Freeman. But one of the things I really liked about it was because the livery movement, if you like, is quite an old institution, where the Company of Entrepreneurs is a massive mixture of females, cultures, different denominations, and I thought I like that because I think we all grow from each other and we all support each other, and that is why I actually hold a lot of events and attend a lot of events and help to nurture young entrepreneurs as well.
And obviously, from a position of where you are, being a woman hasn't slowed you down at all.
Never. And I was 20 years in photocopiers, very male dominated, and I built quite a big business. Probably had to work harder and be a bit harder. I know in the day I was probably called a bit of a bitch because you had to stand out. And when I fell into finance, which I did fall into it, I was dragged into it. I was like, really, finance? One of the first times I went to a finance event with all our lenders, I walked onto the stands, and there were groups of men stand, and they wouldn't even look at me. And I normally wear red. I mentioned that earlier.
You mentioned that, yeah.
I went into the toilet, I put on my red lipstick, and I thought, I'm going out there and I'm going to take control of this situation, and I'm going to be better than these people. So absolutely, yeah, I attend a lot of events.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to
be
be watching your podcast and looking forward to it.